No pubs, no restaurants, no cinemas, and now in most of Scotland from tomorrow, no kirks, chapels or mosques. Places of worship are the latest area of people's lives to be closed down as part of the current extensive lockdown. Weddings and funerals will be able to take place with strictly limited numbers. Aileen Clark reports.
This morning in the BBC in Glasgow, a recording for the weekly religious service underway. Reflections at the Quay has been running since March, when lockdown closed places of worship the first time. For the minister taking part, her own church services went online only back in November, when Scotland's COVID cases started rising.
We couldn't sing and we couldn't have a cup of tea, and we did obviously chat to one another a little bit, but there wasn't the possibility of the same kind of fellowship. And what we were experiencing was such a poor imitation of what we'd had before that there was a feeling that it wasn't actually a huge loss.
From the Catholic Church, bishops have noted there is still public worship in England and have questioned why it can't happen here.
This was the bishop's view, and it's my view as well, that it's not enough. You know, if you want to say to people that they're not allowed to exercise their human rights, the freedom of worship and the public prayer, to just say, well, you know, we've got some evidence. You have to be a bit more specific.
Just along the Clyde at Scotland's largest mosque, there will be no Friday prayers, and they also hope the closure will not last long.
Being able to come to the mosque and pray, it gives them the spiritual and the mental strength to cope with all the other restrictions that are being placed on them.
But here on the Isle of Lewis and in the Shetland and Orkney Islands, religious services can continue with limits on numbers.
We don't have to close tomorrow. We're tier 3, so we're very blessed that we're able to remain open. For many people in our community, it's a lifeline. You know, they don't see anyone from perhaps one end of the week to the next, and so to be able to come together to church is a blessing for them, and we're so thankful for that.
Now, the First Minister has said that she will not keep places of worship closed for any longer than absolutely necessary. But for the coming weeks, services like this one on television and online will be increasingly important for people to be able to get some comfort from their faith while still staying at home.
Aileen Clark, reporting Scotland, Glasgow.